Crush and Gusher is the best water slide at Walt Disney World. Located at Typhoon Lagoon, this is a trio of water coasters. These were some of the oldest water coasters out there when they were originally built, but how do they compare to the newer ones? Find out in this review. Typhoon Lagoon opened back in 1989. The slide lineup has been pretty static over the years, but they did get a new signature attraction in 2005 with Crush and Gusher. It opened as the first water coaster in Central Florida. The ride spits guests into the Hideaway Bay pool, and the final few dips and turns are visible from the midway. The slide has a pretty mundane white paint scheme and tan rafts, but that's in line with the other attractions at Typhoon Lagoon. It seems like Disney doesn't want to distract from the lush landscaping. Crush and Gusher is located off to the right side of Typhoon Lagoon, and it's probably the park's most popular slide. I've only visited this park in the quieter months, and when every other slide has been a walk-on, this one is still at a 10 to 15 minute wait, so I imagine the slide could back up a bit in the summer months. So if you're going during this period, I would head to this attraction either first thing in the morning or at the very end of the day when crowds filter out. Guests grab a double raft at the bottom and then enter the queue line for one of 3 slides. You have Banana Blaster, Coconut Crusher, and Pineapple Plunger. Banana Blaster requires 2 riders, but I believe the others do allow solo riders. It's also worth noting that Coconut Crusher and Pineapple Plunger used to offer 3-person rafts as well, but now they only offer double tubes. In the peak months, all 3 slides will be open, but in the off-season, you may find one of them closed. I've ridden all 3 slides, and the experience is pretty similar between them, so I'd recommend queuing for whichever one is the shortest wait. At the top, the shorter guest is placed in the front of the raft. If you ride solo, you'll be sitting in the back. Some of the newer water coasters propel guests uphill with conveyor belts or magnetics, but Crush and Gusher is one of the older ones that still uses water jets. Guests are weighed in the conveyor belt at the top, so the ride can calculate how much water force is needed to send them uphill. The water jets get you uphill fairly quickly, and they offer refreshing splashes on those hot summer days. All 3 slides have different courses. They're similar in length though, ranging from 410 to 420 feet, or 125 to 128 meters in length, and the drops ride similarly, getting increasingly wilder as you go. All 3 slides start with a drop off the platform. These drops are steep, but you won't get any airtime. Then you immediately head uphill into a tunnel. From there, the rides start to take different paths to reach the second drops. Coconut Crusher is a few turns in the dark. Pineapple Plunger has a single 90-degree turn, and Banana Blaster is a 180-degree turn. The second drops offer weak pops of airtime, probably because you have a bit more speed this time, and then the rafts are propelled uphill into another tunnel. Again, the slides will take different paths to the third drops. Banana Blaster has an extended sequence of turns. Pineapple Plunger has a 180-degree turn. Then Coconut Crusher surprises guests by immediately going into the third drop. It's a nice fake out if you're used to the rhythm of heading into a turn immediately after an uphill segment. The third drop is the best in this ride. It offers a really good pop of airtime, so make sure you're holding on. You then head uphill one last time and navigate a final twist towards the splashdown pool. You then dip into the pool, which has some downward force to it, so it's extremely easy to wipe out here. I think that adds to the experience, to be honest. It adds a little bit of unpredictability at the end you don't get in a lot of water coasters. You then leave the pool, ending the experience. So what would I rate Crush and Gusher? I would give this trio of water coasters an 8 out of 10. These are good water coasters. I like how there are 3 different courses for variety, and each have fun layouts. The 3 main drops are all steep, and I like how they increase in power as you go. Then you also have a few decent turns in the dark, and that wild splashdown at the end. All these factors make it my favorite water slide at the Disney parks, and I think it's an above average water coaster. So those are my thoughts on Crush and Gusher at Typhoon Lagoon. What are your thoughts on this water coaster? Is it your favorite water slide at Walt Disney World too? Let me know down below. If you enjoyed this review, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you considered subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.